his worst fault.
Yeah, according to his wife.
He certainly is this. I'll say.
I'll agree.
And now for something completely different.
I started a show full of fun and unintentional things. DaHoShow, streaming on YouTube for thee. DaHoShow, the courts have compelled me to warn you, it's me you will see. Streaming and gaming and talking and fussing. DaHoShow, it's free. Oh, say, I started a show full of fun and unintentional things. DaHoShow, streaming on YouTube for thee. DaHoShow, the courts have compelled me to warn you, it's me you will see. Streaming and gaming and talking and fussing. DaHoShow, it's free.
I hear he's a very, good husband, loving man. I would say I love you.
I love you.
That sounds all right.
Good for Howard, and you have picked yourself up $250. Your house just burned down. Who is probably more upset, you or your wife?
Oh, I am. I'll miss her terribly. Well, the man has to pay for the loss if the insurance company sure doesn't. I would say women like possessions more. I think they would be more upset.
The woman would be more upset.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
No. Women tend to keep their heads better in major crises, and it's the man. Now, let me explain. Barbara, $1 in fact. How are you going to play it?
I'm still going to go with Paul Lynde.
All righty, for a tie game, Paul. According to Dr. David Rubin, what should you tell a 14-year-old boy who insists that he has no interest in girls?
Your slip is showing. What should Dr. Rubin? What would Dr. Rubin?
According to the good doctor, what should you tell a 14-year-old boy who insists that he has no interest in girls?
Bide his time. It's some people don't fall in love till they're mature sometimes.
Barbara?
I agree.
Yeah, basically that's it. You say nothing really. He still has a lot of time to work up to an interest. Yes. All righty. We have a tie game on that night.
Paul in.
Paul, this is for $250. Queen Elizabeth generally swings her umbrella behind her back, and immediately something happens. What?
Lord Snowden doubles up in pain.
Take that in your Nikon.
Usually waves it behind her.
Yeah, Queen Elizabeth generally swings her umbrella behind her back, and immediately something happens. What?
Probably a attendant or probably a guard appears.
Guard appeared.
Disagree.
You disagree? Yes, we can accept that. An aide moves to her side. It's a signal, I would suppose. We put a circle there. Cheryl?
Oh, Paul Lynde.
According to Fred Astaire, his mother wanted him to do it when he was 35, but he refused, and he still hasn't done it. Done what?
Moved out of the house.
Yeah, his mother wanted him to do it, though, when he was 35, but he refused. He still hasn't done it. Done what?
Have his tonsils.
Have his tonsils out.
I'll agree.
You bought that, eh? No, retired. He says he still has no desire to retire, and his mother says, quit, quit. We have an X there. Arthur, a break for you. Secret Square game. Paul, Twiggy reportedly added an inch to her bust line while making The Boyfriend. Now, incidentally, that is a motion picture, ladies and gentlemen. The Boyfriend is a motion picture, you see. All right, we'll try it again. Twiggy reportedly added an inch to her bust line while making The Boyfriend. What does that make her bust measurement now?
1. Gotta retain like Charlie does. We had her measurement on the show once. She gained 1 inch.
Mm-hmm.
1. No, 30. I'll go with 32.
32.
I'll disagree.
He hit it right on the button. He retained. He remembered that, yes, 32. She is now a dart. We cannot put a circle there. Cheryl, you'll have to earn that yourself.
I'll take call in to win.
This is for $750. According to Zsa Zsa Gabor, she is waiting for a real man, and meanwhile loves something fake. What? Oh, it isn't easy, Fred. Let me explain. That means the game is up, but we must complete the question. So we'll go with this question. According to Zsa Zsa Gabor, she is waiting for a real man, and meanwhile loves something fake. What?
Fake. Yeah, I know it. I was all ready with my answer, but I realized you were here.
This is Zsa Zsa, not Ava.
I know. For something fake.
Mm-hmm.
I know that she's gotten involved with her new love for animals. Not new love, but her love for animals. I'll say fake fur.
Furs.
Fake furs? I'll disagree.
It's jewels. She wears only fake jewelry since her robberies. We have a circle and $750. And listen to this. Up diagonally. Now there's a prune tree growing in your yard. How do you know when the prunes are ripe?
My grandfather comes over. I didn't know there was a prune tree. I thought it was a plum tree.
Well, they have plum trees too, but there's
And
also...
there is a prune tree.
Yeah. There is a prune tree growing in your yard. How do you know when the prunes are ripe?
I would think that they would start to fall to the ground.
Fall to the ground.
I agree.
That's right, because they are the plums and they fall into their prunes and they're stuck. You may. And so, Paul, your question here for the block. According to Ann Landers, should a wife ever tell her husband that he is a failure as a lover?
Well, she should break it to him easy. Like, you're almost as good as... What's the question? Should she
Ever tell her husband he is a failure as a lover?
Oh, not if she wants him to hang around, I wouldn't think.
It's no.
I agree.
It is no, because how does she convey that, though? I mean, well, anyway, we won't
There
get into
are
that.
ways.
There are ways, well, okay. $50, Paul. Is it especially difficult to train an ostrich to become a sheepdog?
Yes, they can't lift their leg without tipping over. You mean the same function as sheepdog?
Yeah, as a shepherd, in other words.
A shepherd.
Is it
a shepherd
easy?
ostrich. Oh boy, they sure could. You know, they could pass a sheep. They're so fast. They sure catch them. I would say maybe they could.
I'll disagree.
Yeah, they make excellent shepherds, in fact. With a circle. Sheila, a break for you. Secret square game.
Karen.
Paul, according to the old song, I'd like to be your sister, brother, dad, and mother, too. Who are you?
Oh, Cesar Romero. Old Butch.
I'd like to be your sister, brother, dad, and mother, too. Who are you?
It's too far away.
I'd like to be your sister. I would say it sounds like your lover.
You love it.
I'll agree.
No. Pretty baby. Pretty baby.
Oh, that could be your lover.
Yeah. Karen, Paul.
Circle.
Oh, excuse me. Put a circle there. All right.
Circle.
Now, Paul. Paul, there's a famous old saying around which says that a good one is worth more than money. A good what?
And how come they charge you for it? A good one?
Yeah, an old saying around which says a good one is worth more than money. A good what? Famous old saying.
I would say, if you've had that luck, a good wife.
A good wife.
I'll disagree.
No, a good reputation. Let's put a circle. Roy, it's your
David
turn.
McCullum.
David, is there anything on Earth that can flap its wings faster than a hummingbird?
How about an owl in a forest fire?
We don't have these specifics. Just, is there anything faster on Earth that can flap its wings faster than a hummingbird?
Tony Randall is the authority on hummingbirds, and I think he told me there is nothing.
He said nothing. Oh, yes, there is. Many insects, for example. Yes, what does Tony know? Put an X there. Lieutenant?
Don?
According to Dr. Spock, a good rule of thumb about when to first discuss the facts of life with your child is when he does something. What?
Gets his Barbie doll in trouble. I would think the first time is when he asks you.
When he asks you.
I will agree.
Right with an X. Okay, Bonnie, your turn.
John?
In the agriculture 4-H clubs, you're from Ohio, you should know this, 4-H clubs, 3 of the H's are head, heart, and hands. What is the 4th?
Hips.
Head, heart, hands, and
Health.
health.
Could you repeat the question?
Sure, 4-H club. What do the H's stand for? We have head, heart,
will
hands.
agree.
He said yes, right. Very good for the next. Bonnie, all right, Paul, on television, what does the Bionic woman do for a living?
She keeps Lee Majors from getting rusty.
The Bionic woman, she has a profession. What is that?
I think she's a doctor.
A doctor.
I disagree.
No, she's a teacher, Paul. Yeah, put a circle there. All right. What very popular song was originally titled The Bombardment of Fort McHenry?
Oh, little town of Bethlehem. What is the...
A very famous song. It was originally titled The Bombardment of Fort McHenry.
Fort McHenry. The Yanks are coming.
The Yanks are coming. No, Francis Scott Key, remember they bombed, and he wrote the Star-Spangled Banner. Yeah, well, the next. Okay, Betty, your turn.
George, go, but please.
Hercules. Hercules is famous for his 12 labors. Franklin Roosevelt is famous for his 4 freedoms. And Richard Nixon is famous for his 6, what?
Names for Judge Sirica.
Nixon's 6.
6 trials, I think it was called.
6 trials.
I agree.
No, that's the idea, but we needed crises.
Oh,
yeah,
crises.
his famous book, 6 Crises. Can't put an X in. Now, Phil, let me just say this.
And?
All right, for a block. At a horse race, can you tell one jockey from another just by looking at his pants?
Only if he's carrying extra weight.
Can you differentiate jockeys by the pants?
But the colors, yes.
I disagree.
Good. They all wear white pants. Their shirts and hats are colored to tell them apart. So that's a good disagree. Put a circle there.
George,
All in.
All in to win. Yes, $50. Paul, you've been awarded the Nobel Prize. Where would you go to get it?
Kenny Williams, tell me where I'm going to get my Nobel Prize.
Go ahead, Kenny. Well, first we're going to talk.
Stuff that I just think it's sweet.
Sweet.
I agree.
Stockholm, in fact, where the Nobel festivities are held. Paul, according to the old song, the Bible tells me so.
I don't have a
The Bible
target.
tells me so. What three things do you have to have in order to live successfully?
The love of a woman, a good job, and the love of another woman.
For the Bible tells me so. The letters. But according to the old song, the Bible tells me so. What three things do you have to have in order to live successfully?
Jesus loves me.
I disagree.
That's how it starts, but it's faith, hope, and charity in the lyrics of the song. That's all right. With the next one, Eve, it's your turn. A spokesman recently revealed that Richard Nixon spends about 3/4 of his time doing something which he finds agonizing. What is he doing, Richard Nixon?
Reading obscene skywriting.
He finds it agonizing. He spends about 3/4 of his time doing it, though.
I would probably say reading history.
Reading history.
I disagree.
No, writing his memoirs.
Oh.
Yes, okay, with the next. Eve, your turn. According to doctors, Ralph is a doctor, he may know this. According to doctors, can spending a night in a sleeping bag do anything good for you?
I'll say my den mother bought me a Corvette.
Can it do anything good for you, sleeping in a sleeping bag? Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you why. According to the Texas Children's Hospital, sore muscles, of course they are effectively eased by the uniform heat of the sleeping bag. Well, put an X there. And Paul, on the debut of his television show, he walked out with his thumb in his mouth and said, "I want my nana." Who did that?
Was that the State of the Union address?
Debut of his television show. He walked out with his thumb in his mouth and said, "I want my nana." Who did that?
It sounds like Jonathan, but
I want my nana.
I'll say Red Skull.
Red Skill.
I'll disagree.
Johnny Carson on his first Tonight Show. Yes, okay, you've got
George Noble.
Paul, when he was a child, American frontier hero Daniel Boone was adopted. Daniel Boone was adopted. Who adopted Daniel Boone?
The Indians.
The Indians.
I'll agree.
The Shawnee Indians. Yes, you've got the circle. Ralph, your turn. $250. True or false? A woman in Idaho has filed a big lawsuit because she was stuck in a restroom stall and couldn't get out.
Why, that's false imprisonment. She had to slip her complaint under the door. She was
Stuck in this restroom stall and couldn't get out. Is a woman suing because of that?
I would say yes.
I'll agree to that.
You got yourself $250. Congratulations.
Paul Landerblack.
Paul, has there ever been a 9-pound goldfish?
Yes, and it starred in the Japanese version of Jaws.
9-pound goldfish.
Well, some people classify carp as goldfish, and I've seen them weigh that.
I said yes.
Yes.
I agree.
In fact, it made the Guinness Book of Records just recently. We have a commercial. You're on the Paul. You are listening to passion music. In all probability, where are you?
The Oxnard Conservatory of Electronics and Massage.
I've passed it many times. You're listening to passion music. In all probability, where are you? You listen to passion music.
I would say you're in church.
In church.
I disagree.
Sure, it's the sacred opera, usually sung during Holy Week and only in church. Can't put a circle there, Ruth?
Paul Lynde.
Righty, for $250. A famous person stated recently, Paul, I have not been frustrated by being number 2, and I'm having a great time. Who was it?
Henry Weinberg. That's Liz's trick.
That's Liz's ex trick, yeah.
Well, this week. I'll say it must be Rockefeller.
Rockefeller.
I agree.
That's it, $250, Ruth Ann. Congratulations. Now, Paul, what's another name for the famous Queen of the Adriatic?
I don't have a target.
There's so many people.
Another name for the famous Queen of the Adriatic.
I'll say Greece.
Greece.
I disagree.
No, Venice, Italy. Venice. With a circle. George, your turn.
Hal Linden.
Start, my friend.
Paul in, please.
No, I would have gone to Sandy to block. This may work out. I'll give you 2 lines. You give me the title of the famous song. You must remember this. A kiss is just a kiss. A sigh is just a sigh.
Da 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 da. As time goes by.
Time goes by.
I agree.
Put an X there, Ruth, quickly.
Sandy.
Paul Lynde, please.
Paul, true or false? Jerry Lewis paid $15,000 to have his dog fitted with a hearing aid.
Yes, but he actually raised $150,000. Well, I tell you, I hope it's true, and if it is, I'm going to call him because Harry's losing his hearing. And if that's possible, I'd sure spend
He
it.
said, yeah, it's true.
I agree.
Yeah, it's true. Jerry loves that dog, just like you love old Harry McAfee. Okay, Paul, true or false? Gypsy folklore. Gypsy folklore says that God created man by baking him in an oven.
Looks like you were overcooked.
Is that true or false?
Oh, you'll have to give it to me again.
Okay. Gypsy folklore says that God created man by baking him in an oven. True or false?
True.
I'll agree.
That is true. All right. Cliff, your turn. False. Eating a lot of cheese can help cut down on how much pain you feel.
That's why I never serve a salad with Roquefort.
In other words, cheese can cut down on how much pain you feel. True or false?
Well, nutritionally, cheese is not that good. I'm going to say it doesn't cut down on pain.
He said that's false.
I think I'll disagree.
It contains a substance which makes you less sensitive to pain. Good to hear that. All right, you've got the circle, and Cliff, it's your turn. Paul, true or false? For $60, any tourist can have his picture taken next to the Golden Gate Bridge with a naked lady.
And with extra $40, you get to cross the bridge.
Can you have your picture taken next to the Golden Gate Bridge with a naked lady for $60?
Yes.
I'll agree.
To show the folks back home, I guess you're having a swinging time in San Fran. You've got the circle. Cliff? Paul? Superstitious people believe that stepping on something will bring bad luck. Stepping on what?
Frank Sinatra's foot. Oh, the crack in the sidewalk.
Step on the crack.
I agree.
That's right, with a circle. Then, Paul, true or false, vitamins can make you smell bad.
That's why I prefer not to exercise with Jack LaLanne. Some vitamins can.
Agreed.
B1 is a killer. Yes, okay, all right, you got the circle. Dan, your turn. Within two, how many husbands have the three Gabor sisters had among them?
Including our own. Any?
Husbands have the Gabor sisters had, yes, combined, total. Within two.
Within two.
Yeah.
I was hoping you were going to say within a dozen. Two. Let's see. All the sisters?
All the
not
sisters
just
combined,
Shah Jahan.
no.
I will say 10.
10.
Agreed.
17.
Oh.
Put an X there. Okay, pick a star. True or false? According to the Los Angeles Times, right before he died, Show and Lie said, "I shall soon be seeing Karl Marx."
But first, Jean Harlow. He was certainly his idol. I would think that would be something.
Yes, that is true.
I agree.
That is true. All right, you've got the Paul in to win. On May 20th, 1927, something historic began, which lasted 33 hours and 29 minutes. What?
Wasn't that the year of the Dione quintuplets?
May 20th, 1927, something historic began. 1927, May 20th, which lasted 33 hours and 29 minutes. Historic.
I can't attack
I don't think
that.
Paul has a bluff for this. Jan, would you like the question?
No.
I bet you George knows. What is it, George? That's right, Lindbergh's famous flight to New York to Paris, actually St. Louis to Paris. All right, back to a Paul Lynn question. Paul, according to the Philadelphia Inquirer, what bad habit will your dog probably develop if you constantly feed him table scraps?
He'll want Thursdays off.
I need to target something first.
He will just drive you crazy when you're having, your meal with your family or something.
Begging.
He'll be begging all the time.
I agree.
That's absolutely correct. Circle gets the score. We have a tie game.
Call in to block.
Paul, if you stripped all the paint off the Mona Lisa, what would you find underneath?
A T-shirt. If I stripped all the paint
In
off...
other words, what was it painted on, the Mona Lisa?
Oh. Obviously not canvas, I guess.
I didn't say there was.
I know. Well, I'll go with canvas.
Canvas.
I'll agree.
No, wood. It's painted on wood. Can't put an X there.
Okay, Paul Lynn, please.
Paul, at what famous place in America will you find couples strolling arm in arm along Flirtation Walk and smooching at a place called Kissing Rock?
Oh, Leavenworth.
Very famous place in America. Couples stroll arm in arm along Flirtation Walk and smooch at a place called Kissing Rock.
I saw that movie 80 times. West Point.
West Point.
I agree.
I saw the movie too, yes, all right. With another circle. According to Glamour magazine, Paul, do people tend to eat more when the lights are low?
What?
Do people tend to eat more when the lights are low? Do they tend to eat more when the lights are low, people?
Low.
Yeah, do they tend to eat more when the lights are low, people?
Yes, yes.
He said yes, they do.
I disagree.
You play the game beautifully. People tend to eat less and more slowly in dim lighting. It is no with another circle. All right.
Lynn.
All righty. Paul, true or false, scientists say that a small child will believe the story that the stork brought him easier than he will how it really happened.
What do you mean, really happened?
Is that true that he'll believe the story of the stork easier than the true story? If a parent tells him the true story or the stork, he'll take the stork story?
Well, I can only go by, I was told the stork story, and I believed it, and I thought it was charming.
He says true.
Oh, I disagree.
It's true. Put an X there. Interesting. Major, go right ahead.
Paul Lynn.
Paul. Pope Paul. Pope Paul VI recently stated that if women take it too far, it can pose a threat to their spiritual and moral integrity. Take what too far?
A bus with reclining seats.
If women take it too far, it can pose a threat to their spiritual and moral integrity. Take what too far?
I would say loose living.
Loose living.
I agree.
Nope. Women's lib. Women's lib. Put an X there. Major, break. You are a gorilla's worst enemy. What are you?
Eat something?
A discount courier. What would be the biggest enemy of gorilla? Probably man.
Man.
I agree.
His only real enemy is man. Yes, with a circle. Major?
I'll go to shoe sandwich.
True or false? The United States Department of Agriculture has finally managed to develop a mini pig.
Safe travels.
I hear you can kick him a mile. As a football. A mini pig.
Yeah, they've developed a mini pig.
I don't know why they'd want a mini pig. I mean, because you grow them for food. I'll say true.
He said, yes, they've developed a mini pig.
I'll agree.
I'll tell you why. For research, mainly, it's very small and docile. You know, their skin is very similar to humans. They are very akin in many respects. With a circle, Tom, your turn.
Vincent.
We have several ways to play this. How are you going to play?
All in.
Okay, for a tie game, $250.
Hey there.
What well-known space-age word comes from the Latin for little chest?
Joni.
Space-age word comes from the Latin for little chest.
Well, I'll just go with, the first one that comes to mind, orbit.
Orbit.
I'll disagree.
A capsule. Yes, we have a tie game. That's nice. Why did Robinson Crusoe call his island companion Friday?
Because Thursday was his day off.
Why did he call him Friday? Why did Robinson Crusoe call his island companion Friday?
I don't remember for sure, but I would say that that's when they met.
That's when they met, on that day.
I'll agree.
That's right. You have the X. Okay, Jody. Paul, according to the new book of knowledge, the most important use of leather is for what?
Hold animals together. What is the
most important use of leather?
I would say today it would be clothes.
A little more specific. Leather.
Upholstery?
Upholstery. Lee?
I disagree.
Shoes. Paul, we were in the right. Yes, we had to be shoes. You were right with clothing, but we needed shoes. You have the circle, and Ken, it's your turn. Paul, what does the name Jose Iturbi remind you of?
How hard it is to get good help these days.
Jose Iturbi. What does that remind you of, the name? Jose Iturbi.
It reminds me of Amparo Iturbi, his sister.
Piano. Great concert pianist. Right, you have the circle. Ken, your turn. I'm terribly sorry. Call in, sure. Paul, true or false? During the recent holidays, Rosemarie, our own Rosemarie, entertained on a cruise ship.
Entertainment. Not according to the reviews. Anyway, she thought it was a troop ship. Or I should have said tramp steamer. Yes, she did. She said she had the greatest time. She told us the other night.
I'm going to disagree again.
Oh, yeah, she entertained. She got a new act, and it's terrific. I mean, it's really terrific, and we're very proud of you. So we put an X there, and Ken, it's your turn.
Paul End.
Paul, true or false? Women smokers in Uganda traditionally put the lit end of the cigarette into their mouths.
Don't tell me what they do with their chewing gum.
Is that true or false? The women put the lit end in their mouths in Uganda.
Yeah, I think Ugandans do that.
Lee?
I'll agree.
The men smoke just the way we do, but the women do that. You've got two circles. Ken, your turn. True or false? Kate Smith. Kate Smith is a Texas Ranger.
But I'll always remember her as a big singing star. Kate Smith.
Is she a Texas Ranger?
Well, I know she was, that baseball team that made her an honorary member, I think. Yes, she is.
I'll agree.
An honorary member of the Texas Rangers. Okay, well, the next book, Still More Answers. Can a moose remember anything?
Just enough to have more moose.
You say that a moose can remember something?
Or is it mooses? I don't know why they didn't get it. What? What?
You say they can remember.
I didn't know. I was nodding my head. I was saying, what is the question?
Oh, according to the book, Still More Answers, can a moose remember anything, yes or no?
Oh, yes.
Definitely every kind of creature on Earth can remember and forget. All right, your turn, Martha. Paul, can a rock, ordinary rock, can a rock be female?
And after 30 years of marriage. Yes, they do have genders.
I'll agree.
Rocks are neuter. No, unless you get hit by one. Yes. Put another circle there. We have a commercial. Paul Lawrence Welk recently admitted that he loves it, but his audience doesn't like it. What is it?
Pig's knuckles and sauerkraut.
He loves it. His audience doesn't like it. What is it?
I bet he likes the modern sound.
The modern sound.
I'll disagree.
I'll need a ruling on that. He says the modern sound, which we have jazz here, but we can't say modern sound. Which is his favorite type of music? Jazz. We can't accept modern sound. Very good. With the next, Martha, your turn. Boys wore high heels to help them do one specific thing. What?
How dare you?
What? Cowboys wore high heels to help them do one specific thing. What?
I'd say get on the horse.
Get on the horse.
I'll disagree.
No, just ride the horse. That anchored them in the stirrups, not to get on. Ride with another X. Martha, your turn. Star, dear. Good luck.
Poland.
Paul. Nancy Sinatra says that her year-and-a-half-old daughter, Angela, is already doing something that Grandpa Frank Sinatra is famous for. What?
Oh, she threw a diaper at a reporter.
Her year-and-a-half-old daughter, Angela, Frank's granddaughter, is already doing something that Grandpa Frank is famous for. What?
Well, I would have to be singing.
Singing.
I agree.
Sure. Good start with a circle. John, your turn.
Poland.
Paul, according to the old song, here we are out of cigarettes, holding hands and yawning. Who are we?
Roy and Dale.
Good old Roy.
Two
sleepy people.
I agree.
By dawn's early light. Right, you've got the circle. John?
Poland.
Paul, Ronald Reagan was placed on top of the list of 1975's 10 best... what?
67-year-old brunettes.
Is Ronald Reagan 67? Is he 67? He looks terrific.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. But Ronald Reagan was placed on top of the list of 1975's 10 best...
Yes, best dressed.
Best dressed.
I agree.
That is true. Yes, you've got the circle, we've got a commercial word. Paul, modern science can't really explain why, but if you go outside at night, stand on your head and stare at the full moon, you will notice something unusual. What?
Listen, just 8 seconds, rain will fill up your nose.
You stand on your head and stare at the full moon, you will notice something unusual. What?
Full moon.
Hmm?
I wouldn't go out when it's full. Let's see. Notice something unusual.
About the full moon.
That it's not I was gonna say that it's not really quite round.
That it's not really quite round.
Look, see.
No, it will look only about half as big as usual if you stand on your head. They can't explain why. Okay, with an X and Pat, it is your turn. The game. Good luck. Paul, Eddie Fisher. Eddie Fisher says that he hasn't had one for 8 years. But he's looking for what?
Oh, an accompanist who takes master charge.
Eddie hasn't had one for 8 years, but he's looking for what?
I see, I guess it must be 8 years already. I'd say a wife.
A wife.
I agree.
A wife, yeah, that's right. Very good with the next. Thank you, Pat.
As you know, was once
Paul,
beautiful.
true or false? If you turn on a certain
10,000
television
years
station
ago.
in Manhattan, a woman will walk up and put her lips on the screen. And
It is
you
through
can
you
kiss her.
that I will have redemption. I am taking my leave, Night Watchers.
I like Barbara Walters better when she does
don't you
interviews.
miss me? Stay close. Not leave my
But can
side.
you do that in New York? In Manhattan?
Oh, I'll bet you can.
Says you can.
I'm going to
How
disagree.
long has
Yeah,
this
you know, it's
road
on cable
been
TV.
flooded?
There's some wild things
Must
going
have
on.
the
In fact,
groundskeepers attend to
it
it.
doesn't stop with that, by the way. I've heard
Where
all
are
these
you?
stories. You can't put an X there. Craig, you'll have to earn that yourself.
Paul in, please.
Paul, this is for $250, according to Hugh Hefner. Is
Please,
inflation
stay close.
a big problem in the Playboy empire?
Inflation? Did you see Miss February? Well, I hear he's in great financial trouble. At least the magazine is. So I would say indirectly, yes, it's true.
I'll agree.
Yes, absolutely. And you've got yourself $250. A great comeback, right? Paul, the average American gains 3.7 pounds after he does something. Does what?
Buying dentures
Yes?
from the drugstore.
I am taking my leave, Night Watchers. I doubt you will miss me. Stay close. Not leave my side. How long has this road
I
been
know what it
flooded?
is.
I must have the
And I wish I
groundskeepers
could
attend to
do
it.
it,
I cannot do this on my own. Stay with me.
I've gained 10, and it's been hard to lose, I'll tell you, but it's worth it. Anyway, it's smoking. Right. Okay, you've got the X and Julie, it's your turn.
Paul in, please.
Paul, Ann Landers has written a booklet titled how to tell the difference between love
You
and
have some
what?
nerve showing your face around
A
here.
kidney infection.
I'm sorry.
Ann Landers has written a booklet titled How to Tell the Difference Between Love and
Sex.
Sex.
Look out!
I agree.
That's right. Hey, very good. 2 X's on the board. Judith?
I think
Paul? Sir Alexander
I cannot
Fleming,
do this on my
Ernest B.
own.
Chain,
Stay
and
with
Sir
me.
Howard W. Florey were awarded the Nobel Prize in 1945 for discovering something which has made millions of people around the world feel better.
You did
What
this
did
to
they
us,
discover?
Ferondus.
Chinese underwear.
I only did. Look out!
Will you explain that to me later, Paul? But Sir Alexander Fleming, Ernest B. Chain, and Sir Howard W. Florey were awarded the Nobel Prize in 1945 for discovering something which has made
Hero,
millions of people
where
around
are
the
you
world feel
going?
better. What did they discover?
The ass.
The aspirin.
I disagree.
At 1945, no, the penicillin. Penicillin. You've got the X.
Eldris,
All right, Judith,
my
it's your
trusted
turn.
captain.
All righty. Paul, President
right
Johnson
there.
had a personal
We will not
butler
let you
in the
into
White House.
Narcolis again.
So did
Not after
Presidents
what happened
Kennedy and
last
Nixon.
time.
Does Gerald Ford also have a
I
butler?
beg your forgiveness, Eldris.
Yes, he doubles as Secretary of Agriculture.
Poor Mr. Butts.
10,000 years of damnation.
But does the Gerald Ford have a butler?
10,000 elves. All because of your
He's in
foolish
such good
alliances
shape,
and
he
botched
probably-
politics.
Serves himself.
What can I do to make
We've
amends?
always heard what good.
I
A
doubt
butler.
there is anything you can do now. Please.
I just don't get that image with him. I don't think he
He
has
said
a
no.
butler.
I agree.
He decided it was a needless
power of
luxury.
the
No,
arcane be
good for
with
you,
you.
President Ford. 20 circle legs. CJ. Oh, that's why I was rushing everybody through. This, by the way, would be worth $50 to Allison and a total of $200 in cash. That is our buzzer, meaning time is up. You did choose a star. We can't finish the question.
Your
We all know,
orders are
Paul,
clear.
about the destruction
Find
caused
the
by
Tide
forest
Stone
fires.
and return it to her
But does
glory,
anything good
Queen
ever
Azara.
come out of a forest fire?
These
Ever had
creatures
roast
only
venison?
pretend to understand. The Tide Stone belongs to Azara. The radiance, the light.
How many conservationists out there just fell right off their chairs? And we have a retired fire captain.
Power, the
But does anything good ever come out of a forest fire?
Anything good come out of a forest fire?
Yes or no?
slay anyone and anything that gets in your path.
It's such a ridiculous question. Obviously the answer is no, but probably the answer is yes.
So?
Everything good come out of a forest fire. I can't believe it. I will say no.
I disagree.
They often destroy harmful insects.
How
fire captain, is that true?
ridiculous. That's fine.
That's a fact. Put a circle there. Now we're going to add up the scores.
trees. Haul in.
Hi, Paul. Everything okay? All righty. According to Coronet, do most men feel uneasy when with a woman who has an extremely large bust? In other words, do most men feel uneasy when they're around women with extremely large busts?
Yes, they run for cover. I think it's hard to talk. It's hard to look at their eyes. It's hard to do anything. Yes, I think they are.
He said yes.
They're uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, most men with
I
women.
disagree.
Yeah, they are. Most men become upset and scared. I don't know why. We can't put an X there, Randy. You'll have to earn that yourself.
All in.
All righty, for $250, does Mark Spitz believe swimming in the nude helps you go faster?
Well, it's easier to stare. I think any additional garment or anything would be, cause resistance. Of
I said
course.
yes.
I think it
I agree.
No. In fact, he says swimming suits actually improve freedom of movement. I think they shave their arms and things, but not, no, they don't go nude. We put a circle there. You're back at it, Norma. All righty? According to the old song, I want to be happy, but I can't be happy until what?
Till Johnny comes marching home again.
I want to be happy, but I can't be happy until what?
You're happy too.
I'll agree.
Yeah, I make you happy too. Very good. It's your turn, Norma.
Dave Land.
Paul, President George Washington once said, quote, I would rather be in my grave than in what?
Grant's Tomb.
I would rather be in my grave than into what?
I don't know. This makes some kind of sense. I'll say most presidents truly hate war. I'll say I'd rather be in my grave than be in war. I disagree.
No, I'd rather be in my grave than be president. Isn't that interesting?
Oh, that too.
Yeah, okay, with a circle. Randy?
I'll go for Paul Lynn.
I don't blame you. Paul, according to the World Book, what's the most important single thing you should do to take care of your skin?
Don't tell Jack Palance that you hate his dog commercials.
The most important thing to do to take care of your skin.
Jay. The most important thing, keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
That's
I'm going to disagree.
Yeah, you keep it clean. Alrighty. Put an X there. A break for you, Pat.
Done, Dave.
Speaking of matrimony, Eddie Fisher recently said, marriage kills love. Marriage kills love. And love kills what?
20 minutes.
Eddie Fisher recently said marriage kills love and love kills...
Marriage kills love.
And love kills...
Marriage.
Marriage.
Chips in again.
So I'll tell you what that is. That is our buzzer, ladies and gentlemen, and it's either worth $50 for Joanne or nothing for Pat. So, marriage kills love and love kills marriage. Joanne?
I'll agree.
No. Friendship. Friendship. Okay, we're going to add up the scores. We have 2 X's up there for you, Pat, and that means the very first of the 10 Commandments says that you should not have what? The very first of the 10 Commandments says that you should not have... We just lost Ohio, by the way, for all of that. Oh, yeah.
Honor thy father.
Bill?
Thou shalt not have strange gods before thee.
Other gods, right, yes. Thou shalt not have other gods before me. Yes, Bill, you know, you've got the X and read it, your turn.
Fall in.
All right. Now, Paul, this is for $500. According to New Dawn magazine, is it uncommon for women to talk to themselves while romancing?
I don't even have a glove.
It's yes or no, Paul. I mean, is it uncommon? Is it uncommon? Is it uncommon for women to talk to themselves while romancing?
If they're enjoying it, I hope.
He said that's not uncommon.
I agree.
Both men and women do it. Yeah, sure they do it. Okay, you've got the X, $500. Let's go. According to the Pittsburgh Press, Kate Smith did something on her 23rd birthday that had a lasting effect on her life in show business. What did she do?
Well, good American that she is. She ate 412 apple pies.
would Keisha do on her 23rd birthday? Would that have a lasting effect on her life in show business?
I think she probably recorded her favorite song. What was that?
Oh, you say her favorite song, When the Moon Comes Over the Mountain?
That's right.
I think she sang.
Do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
No. She made her debut on radio, May 1st, 1931. Yes, her debut. Now, let me explain. It's a secret square up there. It's worth $5,500. The secret square is not Paul Lynde. Are you a gambling man?
I'll take Paul.
All right. Would you go to the others, Paul? Do we get any heat from stars? Do we get any heat from stars?
You will if I have to share my dressing room again.
Who are you sharing it with, Paul?
Big Bird and Oscar.
That's right, you did, yes.
I think it's so many miles away. You mean, as human beings, do we get any heat from stars?
Yeah, any heat from stars. From the stars.
I don't think so.
No.
I disagree.
We don't get much, but a little. Yes, X gets the square, $250. Ron Snyder. Who is the secret square? Clock. Paul Lynde, not watching the board, Kathy. I'd have gone to Tina Turner to block, but this may work out. According to the author of Aesop's Fables, what is a greater blessing in life than having many children?
I'll say having many sports shirts.
Greater,
This
what
is
is
sort of sporty, isn't it?
What is a greater blessing in life than having many children?
I would say having a great provider for those children.
Kathy?
I'll disagree.
No, having a few good ones. That does make sense. Right. Okay, you've got the block. Amelia. Paul, it's recorded. It is recorded that in ancient Athens, people relied mainly on one famous person for teaching sex education. What was he called?
What was that masked man?
Ancient Athens.
I didn't get his name on one thing.
Sorry. I'm sorry I stepped on that. Excuse me, Paul.
It's all right.
Excuse me.
I'm floundering.
Yeah. But it's recorded that in ancient Athens, people relied mainly on one famous person for teaching sex education. Who was it?
One famous person.
Oh, yeah.
Not to mythology.
No, ancient Athens.
Ask a Greek.
Amelia, not Greek, are you? Do you want this question?
No.
All right. It was Aristotle, Paul. Aristotle. Back to the Paul in question. According to surveys in the Daily Breeze, what is the most common topic of gossip among young women? You understand the question? What is the most common topic of gossip among young women?
Well, last week it was the rumor about Wilt Chamberlain and Olga Corbett.
What is the most common topic of gossip among young women?
Who the other one's going with?
Who the other one's going with?
I disagree.
A pregnancy. Let's put an X there. Kathy, it's your turn.
How-
Say, Paul, true or false, New York City produces about 25 tons of waste material every single day. New York City.
Where is the time?
Hear that, dog lovers? How many times?
25 tons?
Oh, easy.
Easily. Kathy?
Sounds disgusting enough to be true.
It is disgusting enough to be true. Yeah, you've got the circle. Amelia, your turn.
Up we can start.
Thank you. Since my name is Paula, I've got to go with Paul Lynde.
All right. Paul, was Snow White a blonde or a brunette? Snow White, was she a blonde or a brunette?
Only Walt Disney knew for sure. I remember Rarity very good.
Brunette.
Yes, I agree.
Absolutely. Good start. Okay, Sam, your turn. Lynn. All righty, Paul for $500. True or false? They use cow's horns to make ice cream.
I mean, those weren't chocolate chips. Boy, I tell you. There's so much preservatives in ice cream. You know, you cannot melt ice cream with water on it. There's that many. I would say that's probably true.
I agree. Gelatin is made from the horns, which is then used to make the ice cream. $500. Sam D'Angelo. Congratulations.
And
For $500 in the tie game, true or false, every day, about 10 million American women take the pill.
And I can name them all.
I can't stay.
But do 10 million American women take that pill?
Yes.
Yes, oh yes.
And you know something? 50 million worldwide. We have a tie game. That's good. Circle gets the square. True or false? Research indicates that Christopher Columbus liked to wear bloomers and long stockings.
Well, it's not easy to sign a crew up for 6 months.
Did old Chris like to wear bloomers?
Yes, he always had them on when I saw his picture.
Paula?
Yes, I agree.
Sure, a lot of guys did then. All right, with the circles in.
Please.
When little Frank Sinatra was brought into the world on December 12th, 1915, the doctor couldn't help noticing that there was something unusual about the new baby. What was it?
He did it his way.
There was something unusual about Frank Sinatra when he was born. What was it?
Junior,
No, senior.
something unusual.
Failure. Murderer. Fool.
I should never have opposed
butcher.
British, all right.
Obviously, Paul doesn't
I
have a
have
bluff
no
for this.
idea.
Would you like the question?
Voices, I beg you.
Yes, he was quite large. He weighed 13.5 pounds, to be exact. We'll go back to a Paul Lynn question right now, so listen carefully. True or false? A man once pulled 2 railroad cars weighing 80 tons by his teeth.
He's now in the Red Cap Hall of Fame.
Has a man ever pulled 2 railroad cars weighing 80 tons by his teeth?
Well, if, you know, once you get them rolling, you better move. I think yes.
I'll agree.
Yes, we have a commercial. Put a circle right there. We'll do that. Sonny Bono sadly admitted recently that although he's been looking, he'll never find another what?
Job.
I cannot do this on my own. Stay with me. Kira, where are you going?
No, he has a fantastic sense of humor, I hope.
No, he does. You'll never find another what?
Well, I tell you, I read the article in Time, and it was most flattering what he said of Cher. I would say another Cher.
I agree. Right. 2 X's. Okay, Miriam, your turn.
You're welcome.
2 square. All right, Dave, you'll start this game. Pick a star.
Paul Lynn.
Paul, according to Rona Barrett, Cher says that when she's 80, hers will be down to her hips. Her what?
Her halter tops.
When Cher's 80, hers will be down to her hips. Her what?
Well, I'll go. She loves long hair, obviously.
Hair.
I'll agree.
Right. Yeah, you got the X. Okay, Sarah.
George Gobel.
Sarah, you start this game here. Pick a star.
Paulin.
Say, Paul, Gerald Ford says that truth is the glue that holds governments together. What does he say is the oil that makes governments go?
Come with me.
Whatever they fried tacos in. No,
Truth is the glue that holds governments together. What does he say is the oil that makes governments go?
need to target something very sorry.
Truth keeps them together. And
Yeah, what makes governments go?
Well, dishonesty.
Dishonesty. Sarah?
No, I disagree.
No, compromise. Compromise. For the Circle Dave, your
Well,
turn.
that's. I think I'll go with.
I'm out of
Pauline.
range.
All right, for $250, true or false? There is a new birth control dog food on the market.
Yes, it's good for girls on a budget.
Hero, where are you going?
A new birth control dog food on the market, true or false?
Boy, that would be great if we would stop the overpopulation of dogs, too. I'll say true.
Please, stay close.
That's a good thing. That's true. And Circle gets the square. Oh, look. Paul, for $500, from what
where are
animal
you
do you
going?
get your silk blouses? From what animal do you get your silk blouses?
I failed.
An animal to you, Peter, but kind and generous to me. What animal do you get?
Yeah. In other words, where do we get silk?
Good luck on your quest for the
From
Tidestone,
silkworms.
Hero.
I agree.
Yeah,
But they're not
caterpillars.
into that
They're called silkworms, right? But they are little caterpillars. All righty, you got yourself $500. Paul, you have a bunch of unwanted hair. According to Dr. Thusterson, what is most often the cause of unwanted hair? A bunch of it.
Running over a llama. I have a lot of unwanted hair. What's usually the cause of it?
The most often cause, yeah.
I would say hormones.
Hormones.
I'll agree.
No. Heredity? Wouldn't hormones be? No, we can't. Oh, all right. Can't put a circle there, Lindy. You'll have to net yourself. Paul, Lawrence Welk says that as a teenager, he promised his father he'd work hard on their farm for 4
don't
years.
have a
If his
target.
daddy would loan him the money to buy something few boys ever get. What?
Oh, champagne lady.
He promised his daddy to work hard if his dad would loan him the money to buy something.
That few boys get.
Yeah.
I would say an accordion.
An accordion.
I'll agree.
That's how it all started. His first real accordion. With the next. Okay, Linda? Go right ahead, dear. Pick a star.
Oh, I'll take Handsome Pauline.
Handsome Paul for $250. Your date has had a great shock and then fainted. According to experts, you should loosen her clothing and then do one other thing. What? Do you understand the question?
Yes.
Your date's had a great shock. Now, she's fainted. According to experts, you should loosen her clothing and then do one other thing. What?
Send a postcard requesting an ambulance.
You don't get along with this young lady, out. Oh, now she's fainted. Now you've loosened the clothing. Now what do? She's fainted. Shock. I guess it could be a guy too. Whatever happens, man or woman. Faint, shock, loosen clothing, and then.
So you don't do mouth to mouth. I would call a doctor.
Just call a doctor. Don't do anything else. Call a doctor.
I disagree.
No, you raise the legs. Keep them elevated. And we have $250 for you. Back around. Who determines the sex of a child? Who determines the sex of a child? The father or the mother?
I say let the child make up its own.
I do too.
Who determines? I think the mother's genes.
The mother.
I disagree.
The father, for he has chromosomes for both boys and girls. Yeah, put a circle there. That was your turn. Yes, Paul, your rooster has been fixed so that he no longer has romantic interest in hens. What is the proper word for him now?
Suicidal.
You've got a fixed rooster.
Yeah.
What is the proper word for a rooster that has been altered?
Capon.
Capon.
I I agree.
As those capons go rolling along. Yeah, with it, circle down and Paul, true or false, there's a town in Italy where all the people who live there are bald.
You tell the men from the women. They're all bald?
Yeah, there's a town in Italy where all the people who live there are bald. True or false?
It's so absurd. It's either a... Bald. True.
True.
I agree.
It's the town of Azzone. Azzone? I guess we have a commercial. You got it next there. We'll be back. Paul, you're going around with a girl who wants to know all about your past romantic experience. According to Playboy, should you tell her about them?
I don't think I'll tell her about the Indian guide. Or the Thousand Island dressing. Should you tell her?
About your past experience, romantic experience.
If she hasn't asked,
even if she'd asked, is it?
I don't think it's. I wouldn't.
No, you should.
I disagree.
You should. Those are your business. Those are your business alone. Is that right? Is that our business?
Yes.
It is our business. Put a circle there. Dairy break for you. You find the tie-breaking question. I've got it here somewhere. Here it is. All right, for the tie and the car. The tie-breaker and the car. Was the opera Rigoletto composed by Verdi, Puccini, or Rossini? I'll repeat the question. Was the opera Rigoletto composed by Verdi, Puccini, or Rossini?
No, it's not Puccini. It's either Rossini or Verdi.
We have Verdi or Rossini. If you say it's not Puccini.
What brings you here?
Rossini.
Rossini.
I agree.
Verdi. X gets the square. Congrats. Circles all over the place. You can really gamble here now.
Paul in.
Paul, according to the book, what every patient wants to know, are there exercises you can do to prevent your bosoms from sagging? Exercises.
Yes, but it requires pierced ears and some kite string.
What are we going to do with you, Paul? Are there exercises you can't do to prevent your bosoms from sagging? Yes or no?
We've had so many questions on the bosom about changing or can't. I don't think you can change it much, but I think you can do this.
Yeah.
I will agree with that.
No, you can't.
Oh.
No, you can't. You can develop, I think, the pectoral, but that's another show in itself. For the next day, Dave, it's your turn.
Sure.
Paul, originally Mac. Mac, before your name, meant son of. Son of. What did O before your name mean?
Is that O or O?
No, that's O. Mac meant son of. O meant?
And Mac is Scottish. O, I would say in America it would be the same. Son
The same, son of.
I agree.
No, grandson of.
Oh.
Yeah, put a circle there. Okay, Suzanne. Paul, true or false? It only takes a good chicken plucking machine 14 seconds to strip a chicken bare.
I used to do that. Yes. Yeah, you can.
I agree.
That is true. Yeah, you got an X there. All right, Suzanne, your turn. Go right ahead. Okay.
Paul Lynn.
Paul, true or false? According to the Bible, you, Paul Lynn, you are a sinner.
As long as they spelled my name right.
But according to the Bible, are you a sinner?
Yes.
I agree.
We're all sinners. Yes, for all have sinned. Romans 3:23. You've got the X. Bertha, your turn, dear. All righty, for a tie game, history tells us that Paul Revere only had 35 cents in his pocket when he made the famous ride. What was he planning to use it for?
those days, a Milky Way and a woman.
35 cents. That's all he had in his pocket. He was planning to use that 35 cents for something. What?
Probably 35. Probably a little snack. I mean,
Something to eat. Bertha?
I'll agree.
When he got to Lexington, he wanted to have dinner. He could have had an 8-courser, but that's sure. He had a Italian.
Paul Lynn.
Say, Paul, according to experts at the Indianapolis Star, is it a good idea, rather a good idea for mailmen who are often bothered by dogs, is to keep something with them while they do their job? Keep what with them?
Cocker Spaniel and heat.
Mailmen are being bothered by dogs. Now, they should keep something with them while they do their job. Keep what with them?
Well, I know they're allowed to carry mace, which, you know, you can wash out of the dog's eyes or it probably isn't the answer, but I would say mace.
Mace.
Disagree.
You know what it is? Dog biscuits. Hey, that does make sense. Dog biscuits. Why not? Okay, Bertha. True or false, Paul? There is a company that will rent you a nude bartender for your party.
Set 'em up, Joe.
I've got the routine.
Yes, there definitely is.
I agree.
Yep, that's true. You've got the X. Kay Ingram, your turn, dear.
Paul Lynn.
Paul, true or false? Zsa Zsa Gabor is a deputy sheriff in Chicago.
Pity she couldn't make it in show business.
Is Zsa Zsa a deputy sheriff in Chicago?
I'm a deputy sheriff in several towns. They make you honorary ones, I believe. Yes.
I'll agree.
Yeah, by the Cook County Sheriff. Yeah, you've got it with an X. All right, Kay, your turn. Paul, what is America's principal big game animal? Let me repeat the question. What is America's principal big game animal?
Be careful.
Big game animal.
I would say, I don't think you're allowed to kill moose. That's, I don't, I don't shoot. So I have no idea.
I'll offer the question to Kay.
No, thank you.
The deer. Yeah, this is according to the World Book. Back to a Paul-in question. Liberace, he's a lovely guy. He really is a terrific person. Great entertainer. He has a new book out, Liberace has, called The Things I...
Oh, put in my hair.
Liberace's new book is called The Things I...
Things The things I do for you.
The things I do for you, okay?
I disagree.
The Things I Love. It's a book of photos of his art treasures. You've got the circle, and Steve, it's your turn. Say, Paul, when is it a good idea to put your pantyhose in the microwave oven for about 2 minutes?
When your house is surrounded by the police.
But when is it a good idea to put your pantyhose in the microwave oven for about 2 minutes?
I would imagine when they're wet.
When they're wet.
I agree.
You know, if you do it for about 2 minutes, it's a good way to dry them after they've been washed. Sure, you've got the circle, and that is your turn. Not the secret square, but a tie game, $250. What was it that made nice Mr. Jekyll turn into the mean Mr. Hyde?
Tweed pajama bottoms.
What was it that made nice Mr. Jekyll turn into that old, mean Mr. Hyde?
Well, a potion that he concocted.
I agree.
Drinks it.
That's exactly right. You've got yourself $250. We had a commercial. Who was that?
Paul Lind?
Do we know, Paul, do we know of anyone who ate over 1,200 baked beans in a half hour?
Ugh.
That may explain what happened to Amelia Earhart.
Do we know of anyone, yes or no, who ate over 1,200 baked beans in a half hour?
Oh, sure.
I'll agree.
Oh, sure. Yes, you've got the circle. Carl, keep it square. Carl David. You want Paul? All right. Paul, in the Bible, King David asked beautiful and wise Abigail to do something after her first husband died. What?
Get him out of the room.
King David asked beautiful and wise Abigail to do something after her first husband died. What?
To marry him.
To marry him. Right, and she did. With an X, Signey. There will be a film out in the future, Paul, called The Greatest. The Greatest. Who is it about?
May the stars guide you.
About someone the greatest or the...
No, there will be a film.
Out soon.
Well, what time is it now? In the future, it will be called The Greatest. We want to know who it's about.
Oh. Merle Oberon or King Kong. I'll say that's the publicity they're using. I'll say King Kong.
King Kong.
I disagree.
That's already out. What is it?
Oh, it is.
Muhammad Ali, based on the biography of the same name, The Greatest. Yeah, Muhammad Ali with a circle. In fact, written for the car, clear the board. And Carl, pick a star.
Paul Lind.
Paul, when asked to explain something, Albert Einstein said, be with a nice girl for 2 hours, and it seems like a minute. Sit on a hot stove for a minute, and it seems like 2 hours. What was he trying to explain?
Why he bought a tuber team for his secretary.
Einstein trying to explain something. Be with a nice girl for 2 hours, it seems like a minute. Sit on a hot stove for a minute, seems like 2 hours. He was trying to explain what?
When something is pleasant,
When something is pleasant.
I disagree. It's relativity.
Yeah, his theory of relativity. Good for you. And we got an X there. And now we're going to add up this.
Paul Lind.
True or false, Paul? The traditional champagne glass is modeled after Maria Antoinette's bosom.
And we have Karen to thank for the shot glass.
Is that true or false? Marie Antoinette's bosom.
Right.
A champagne glass model.
Well, champagne's French. That's, I would say that could be a possibility, yes.
Says yes, true.
I need to get
That is true. All righty, with a circle. Jerry, your turn. Paul, you've got a secret. According to psychologists, if you're average, will you probably tell it to a man or to a woman?
If I tell it to a man, he might hit me. Let's see how I think I've always told my secrets to
Women.
I agree.
Do you know that women are confided in more than men? Yeah, that is true. All right, with the next. Paul, true or false? Many of our highways and railroads were built directly on the trails left by the bison.
So that's why the roads are so bumpy. They were probably built in this direction. Yeah.
That's true.
I'll agree.
Absolutely true. Right. Second, Malcolm.
Ronald Lynn.
All righty. Paul, has a court ever awarded a woman $500,000 because her husband was no longer able to keep her romantically satisfied?
All the jury had to see was Exhibit A.
But has a court ever awarded a woman $500,000 because her husband was no longer able to keep her romantically satisfied? Yes or no?
Yes. I agree.
It happened recently here, and where else? California. Okay, we're the next. Beverly? Paul, true or false? There are no cemeteries in Miami Beach.
Now they just seal up the door of your condominium. And if you're rich, they'll leave a maid in there with you.
And then what happened?
You know, I've been in Miami Beach many times, and that's true. I've never seen a...
He said there are no cemeteries in Miami Beach.
I'll agree.
There are no cemeteries in Miami Beach. For the circle. Okay, Malcolm?
I was right. But you
Paul, please. Paul, true or false? In an experiment, a scientist has made one monkey smile over 300,000 times.
And not once did he have to say, I love you.
A scientist has made one monkey smile over 300,000 times. True or false?
300,000. That's just smiling all the time. I'll say true.
I'll agree. I think they were reruns of the Gong Show. Yeah. Okay, let's put an X there. Denise, your turn. Hershberger, take a start.
Yeah, I'd like to start with Paul Lynde, please.
That's the secret square with Paul Lynde. That's been, I don't think Paul's been a secret square for a long, long time. $2,400, Paul. The famous song, The Man That Got Away, was heard in the classic film, The Man That Got Away. Was it from The Man Who Knew Too Much, A Star Is Born, or The Man That Got Away?
A Star Is Born.
A Star Is Born.
I disagree.
Yeah, 1954, starring Judy Garland. Yeah, Harold Arlen, I believe, wrote it. And let's put a circle there. We'll have another secret square game after this one. The author of Film Occupied, I think, yes, Harper is a woman. But now it's in Jason.
Okay, Paul Lynde, please.
There's a plaque on the moon left there during man's first landing. It's signed by 4 men. 4. Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, Edward Aldrin, and who else?
Randolph Scott.
A plaque signed by 4 men. Neil Armstrong, Michael Collins, Edwin Aldrin, and who else?
Oh, I'm going to show my stupidity, so I won't. I have no idea.
Oh, would you like the question, Jay?
No, I'll pass on that.
Richard Nixon. Back to a call-in question. According to experts in the Arkansas Gazette, what is the main cause of nail biting?
What else goes good with goat's milk?
The main cause of nail biting?
Nerves.
Nerves.
I agree.
Yeah, tension, anxieties. All right, with another X. Denise, your turn, dear. Pick a star. You said it right on the buzzer. Did he say it right on the buzzer? It's worth $50 for MJ or maybe $50 for Denise. Paul, in what literary classic will you read about a sad, middle-aged man named Leopold Bloom?
Uncle Tom's Condominium.
A sad, middle-aged man named Leopold Bloom. A literary classic.
The Pawnbroker.
The Pawnbroker.
I disagree.
By James Joyce? Ulysses. Yep, he knew it. You got your X. Now we're going to add up the scores. It's been a...
All right, I'll take Paul Lynde to win.
For $250, true or false, a giant tortoise at a Seattle Jew... Are you ready for that? Would you come here, Harry? Harry, come here. Harry, come up here. Harry Friedman, get up here. Harry, save me. Save me, Harry. Ladies and gentlemen, come on, Harry. Now, I want you to meet... a Seattle Jew right here. Harry Friedman. One of our writers. And it's so good. Now get out of here. I don't need you. Anyway. popped my mic on that.
Yeah.
How many? I've been on 11 years, and that's maybe the best one I've done. This will be in the outtakes, and this will be in outtakes in Las Vegas, friends. All right. A giant tortoise is at a Seattle zoo. Recently slipped while mating. Broke its leg and is now strapped to a skateboard so it can make it around the zoo. Make it around. Is that true or false?
It's too far away.
The same thing happened to Grandpa Walton. So I would say that's probably true.
Tortoise. I agree.
You bought a tortoise to a skateboard? He
Yes,
said that's it's
yes.
true. Yeah,
Oh.
a circle gets the square. Paul, listen carefully. Stand up straight. Raise your knee as high as possible. Then grab the leg and pull it against your body. Now do it to the other leg. According to the LA Herald Examiner, what's that supposed to help?
Loneliness.
Stand up straight, raise your knee as high as possible. Grab the leg, pull it against the body. Now do it to the other leg. What is that supposed to help?
Well, it would certainly help, and probably it isn't the right answer, but it would certainly speed up your circulation.
Circulation.
I agree.
That's exactly what it does. Very good. You got the X, and Gwen, it's your turn. Paul, according to the famous story, who did Narcissus eventually fall in love with?
Well, for a while he was married to Carol Lawrence.
If you're watching, Bob. But who did Narcissus eventually fall in love with?
Oh, well, himself.
Himself.
Naturally.
I agree.
Of course, yeah. You've got the circle. Carl, your turn. According to UPI, America's young couples are moving toward the decision to quit after two. To what?
2 times. Now, if I were...
Could you explain that a little more?
Oh, I guess it is nighttime.
But according to UPI,
yes,
America's young couples
yes.
are moving toward the decision to quit after
Yeah,
two.
if there's any movement that I would be for, which I think is causing all our miseries today, is over too many people and 2 children.
I agree.
More and more young couples are restricting the size of their families. But another X, and Hazel, your turn.
Block, Betty.
Started by Ray Fuchs.
Paul Lynn, please.
The 16th Amendment has always been fairly unpopular from the time it was ratified in 1913. Until this very day, in fact. What does it do, the 16th Amendment?
Free the slaves.
I disagree.
You disagree?
It's...
I don't blame you. No, it provides for the income tax, Paul. That's the income tax. For the next there, Hazel, your turn. We're on with Hazel.
With Paul Lynn.
Tarzan was one of our earliest swingers. Hey, that's cute. I like the way that was written. Yes. Tarzan was one of our earliest swingers. Did he ever actually marry Jane?
Oh, if you didn't, you know what that makes boy.
A free soul.
Yes, that's...
Perfectly convenient.
But did
We
did
called it
Tarzan
something
ever
else when I was a kid.
Right to the tide stone.
Yes,
Our queen beneath the tide can reassemble the
did Boy
pieces.
crash too on a plane? I don't...
As for you,
I
you
think
will make an
they actually did get married.
Yes, they got.
I agree.
It was in the book The Return of Tarzan in 1915. Yes, they'll be celebrating their anniversary soon. Hey, happy anniversary, Tarzan, Jane. Ray? Turn to start this round, Ray.
Paul Lynn, please.
Paul, a nationwide survey of personnel directors was recently taken. And they were asked if they would hire a girl who showed up for an interview in a see-through blouse. What did most of them say?
Bring her in.
No, I'm looking for yes or no. Is what I'm looking for.
Well, if they wanted a lot of work done, he would businessman. I'm sure he said no.
I'll agree.
97% said no. Wonder who those 3% were. I don't know. What are their names? Paul Lind recently stated, if there is anything helpful for other actors to be drawn from my experience, I think it is this. Don't try to fake
redemption.
What?
Anything.
But according to Paul, what is it? Anything?
Don't try. I think Paul would say, don't try to fake. Well, I want to go for honesty because he's, you know, he's very honest in a lot of the things he says. So
Honesty.
Honesty.
I disagree.
That's just about it, Karen. We really can't accept that. But Paul said, don't try to fake youth. After reaching the after 30 group, you know, relax and live with it. Is that right, Paul?
Yeah.
That's
why I'm dressed like a kid.
Billy Maxwell.
I'll take Paul in.
True or false? Anne Margaret reached 30 this year.
She inhales. She's 30 this year. Let's see. I can figure that out because I did Bye Bye Birdie with her and I knew how old she was then.
Take your time.
Yes, she would be.
I disagree.
Yes, true. Turn about fair play with